Welcome in, everyone, to another Ask Tyler. Questions from the patrons and answers here on the YouTube. I know that I seem a little low energy today. It's not been my best day, but want to deliver the answers to these questions. Usually I would prepare for this show. I'd have notes, but this time it's really off the top of my head. So hope you still like it. First one. Can you explain why you have JSN over Drake London in Dynasty rankings? London has higher draft capital and produces rookie last year. Well, I think JSN is a better player. He had more elite production in college than Drake London, and Drake London's situation is crappy. So, based on all those things, I have JSN a little bit higher. I still like Drake London as a buy, though. Speaking of buys, is Christian Watson a buy right now in Dynasty and or redraft? Absolutely. Jordan Love has looked good, but all of his receivers have just been kind of okay. They don't have that alpha. There's not Jaden Reed. There's not Romeo Doubs. They don't have that. Christian Watson is that. He will fix their lack of an alpha wide receiver. So I'm hoping that he's kind of a difference maker. What's the outlook on Justin Fields? Seems like it's not great. He's played like crap. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it. He's been bad. So in Dynasty, I've already moved him outside of my top 12 quarterbacks. It's scary if you have Justin Fields. I don't know really what to tell you other than sell. Sucks. Kyren Williams, if we won the waiver lottery, did we stumble across a solid long-term RB2/3? Sounds like Akers in the doghouse again. He's absolutely in the doghouse. Akers, I think, is done on this team. So Kyren's the starter the whole year. You stumbled into something great. He played every single running back touch last week, all but 4 snaps. You stumbled across something great. Congratulations. In Dynasty, he still sell, though. I don't think Kyren Williams is their long-term plan at running back. How long do you think the Bengals' Joe Burrow slump is going to last? I'm a little worried with the calf injury. I think it could last a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little concerned, but I'm not worried about Jamar Chase or T. Higgins long-term. Joe Burrow signed a long-term contract. Might take a couple of weeks, but this is not a long-term problem. Joe Burrow is still good. He didn't become bad. Jamar Chase is still good. He didn't become bad. So I wouldn't worry too much. Redraft. Drake London, Nacua, Rachaad White. Fool's Gold are legit. I dropped Rachaad in one of my leagues, so I'm wondering now. Nacua is not Fool's Gold. He's the real thing. Rachaad White, volume's going to be there. I still don't think he's all that great, but he did show a lot more elusiveness in week 2. Drake London, I like long-term, but I'm a little worried this year. It's just not going to come together if Desmond Ridder stays in. Mike Evans is balling. Can he keep this up the rest of the season? Pittman, too. Pittman, I think, definitely can. I mean, he's the clear alpha on that team. Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield's been better than I expected the last couple of weeks. I'm not going to lie. But I still don't have Mike Evans as a high-end wide receiver. I think Chris Godwin will catch a touchdown sometimes. Concern about Anthony Richardson. Kudos to him for going through the trainer himself. Yeah, with the concussion. I'm not concerned. He might miss one game, but I'm not concerned. Any waiver wire picks for each position people should go for if they're available in your leagues? I don't know if this week was a week for breakouts. I'm trying to think of anyone who broke out this week. Maybe Jordan Love with Christian Watson coming back. If you need a quarterback, he's someone who could be there. No one could be redraft. Maybe. Other than that, it was kind of a thin week. DeAndre Swift, if he was somehow dropped, but I don't think he was dropped. It's a tough one. I don't really have anyone top of my head. Those are a couple. If Jaden Reed is still out there, he had a decent sized role. Daniel Jones dropped 30 points after almost repeating another 0-40 game. Yeah, I loved what I saw from Daniel Jones, but now Saquon Barkley is going to be out for 3 weeks, so that offense is going to be putrid. Daniel Jones has got to step up, otherwise it's going to be really bad. Drop Joshua Kelley? No, he had the role. He just didn't play very well. I'm not dropping Joshua Kelley in redraft just yet. I need to see Austin Eckler come back before I'm dropping Joshua Kelley. Do you pay much attention to kickers? Not really. Only for Scott Fishbowl. I started 2 kickers this week. Jake Moody. Big game. I loved it. Defenses. I do rank defenses on the Patreon at patreon.com/fantasyadvice. So I do pay attention to that for that. Are you on the Baker train? We just talked about this. He looked good, albeit against weak defenses. I wouldn't say I'm on the Baker train, but he's looked better. There's a chance he could be a starter next year, but I'm still not impressed for fantasy or real life. Jordan Love is heating up even without much to work with. That I agree with. When Christian Watson comes back, I think Jordan Love could be a low-end quarterback 1 this year because he does run a little bit. Oh, Josh Jacobs, last one. Is he going to be what he's been the last 2 weeks, which is really bad, or is he just warming up? If he's not valued at an RB1 price in redraft, like outside the top 12, I'd be buying. Otherwise, I'm not. I don't think top 5 is happening this year. So I appreciate all the patrons for getting those questions in. I know I ran through them really quickly. I do want to encourage everyone, if you're here, to like, comment, and subscribe to support the YouTube channel. You know, it's been a rough run. It's just a lot going on. If you like what you see, patreon.com/fantasy advice, you can support the Patreon, ask questions for future shows. I've definitely been focusing more on the patrons and trying to provide content for them and doing the best I can for them. Haven't been around as much on Twitter and X, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, make sure you sign up. I really would appreciate it. Because, I don't know, definitely suffering from the burnout on Twitter. And I don't know if I'm coming back in full force anytime soon. So if you want answers from me, I left 0 patrons hanging and probably about 300 people hanging on Twitter on Sunday morning. So if you were a patron, you got an answer. If you weren't, you didn't. More than likely. So, you know, patreon.com/fantasy advice. The link is in the show notes of every single show on YouTube. I just want to thank the audience for being here, for taking your time and supporting me. Remember that the main show every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Support me and my friends. They work very hard to produce that show. They're very supportive and they show up most of the time. So I appreciate all of my co-hosts and you know, all of the people who watch that show. We had over 30 people in the live chat last week. But yeah, if you have any questions, put them in the comments of this video and I'll answer them, or sign up for Patreon. And yeah, I will see you guys all next time. Peace.